Kalimat pengandaian dengan menggunakan klausa if. Here starts the lesson. Table of contents, overview, pengertian conditional sentence, topic feature, conditional sentence type 0, topic feature, conditional sentence type 1, topic feature, conditional sentence type 2, and topic feature, conditional sentence type 3. Overview, pengertian conditional sentence. Conditional sentence merupakan suatu kalimat dalam bahasa Inggris yang digunakan untuk mengungkapkan keinginan, harapan, pengandaian, atau rencana yang mungkin dapat atau tidak dapat terwujud. Rumus umum untuk kalimat conditional sentence adalah if, condition, consequences. Atau dapat juga dengan formula yang dibalik menjadi consequences plus if plus condition. Dari formula di atas, bisa kita lihat bahwa conditional sentence memiliki dua klausa. Yang pertama adalah klausa dengan if atau if clause, dan yang kedua adalah klausa inti atau main clause. If clause digunakan untuk menerangkan kondisi yang jika terjadi akan menyebabkan sesuatu atau akan menghasilkan suatu konsekuensi. Sedangkan main clause digunakan untuk menerangkan konsekuensi itu sendiri. Conditional sentence type 1. Zero conditional sentence express general truth, situation in which one thing always causes another. When you use a zero conditional, you are talking about a general truth rather than a specific instance of something. Example, if you don't brush your teeth, you get cavities. When people smoke cigarettes, their health suffers. What is this about? There are a couple of things to take note of in the above sentence in which the zero conditional is used. First, when using the zero conditional, the correct tense to use in both clauses is the simple present tense. A common mistake is to use the simple future tense. Secondly, notice that the words if and when can be used interchangeably. In this zero conditional sentence, this is because the outcome will always be the same. So, it doesn't matter if or when it happens. Definition of concept, pattern, if plus condition plus consequences. Condition is in the form of simple present tense, subject plus verb. Consequences is in the form of simple present tense, subject plus verb. Example, if you don't brush your teeth, you get cavities. If the water reaches 100 degrees, it boils. If the rain and sunlight meet, rainbow appears. Conditional sentence type 1. When to use? First, conditional sentence are used to express situation in which the outcome is likely but not guaranteed to happen in the future. Look at the examples below. If you rest, you will feel better. If you set your mind to a goal, you'll eventually achieve it. You need to understand that use the zero conditional, simple present plus simple present only when a certain result is guaranteed. If the result is likely, use the first conditional, simple present plus simple future. Remember this. 1. Note that the use of simple present tense in the if clause and simple future tense in the main clause, that is, the clause that expresses the likely outcome. 2. This is how we indicate the that under a certain condition, as expressed in the if clause, a specific result will likely happen in the future. 3. Use the simple present tense in the if clause. If you rest, you feel better. If you set your mind to a goal, you'll eventually achieve it. Conditional sentence type 2. Do you know about it? When to use? Second conditional sentence are useful for expressing outcomes that are completely unrealistic or will not likely happen in the future. Example, if I inherited $1 billion, I would travel to the moon. If I owned a zoo, I might let people interact with the animal more. Remember, the correct way to structure second conditional sentence is to use the simple past tense in the if clause and an auxiliary modal verb. Example, could, should, would, might, and in the main clause, the one that expresses the unrealistic or unlikely outcome. The following sentences illustrate a couple of the common mistakes people make when using the sentence conditional. If I inherited $1 billion, I would travel to the moon. If I own a zoo, I might let people interact with the animals more. Use a modal auxiliary verb in the main clause when using the second conditional mood to express the unlikelihood that the result will actually happen. Conditional type 3. Third conditional sentences are used to explain that present circumstances would be different if something different had happened in the past. Look at the following example. If you had told me you needed a ride, I would have left earlier. If I had cleaned the house, I could have gone to the movies. Review. These sentences expresses a condition that was likely enough but did not actually happen in the past. The speaker in the first sentence was capable of leaving early but did not. Along the same lines, the speaker in the second sentence was capable of cleaning the house but did not. There are all conditions that were likely but regrettably did not happen. When using the third conditional, we use the past perfect. Example, had plus past participle. In the if clause, the modal auxiliary would, could, should plus have plus past participle in the main clause expresses the theoretical situation that could have happened. Example, if you had told me you needed a ride, I would have left earlier. If I had cleaned the house, I could have gone to the movies. With third conditional sentences, do not use a modal auxiliary verb in the if clause. The third conditional mood expresses a situation that could have only happened in the past if a certain condition had been met. That's why we use the modal auxiliary verb plus have plus the past participle. Thank you. Do you have any question? Please comment in the Google Classroom. Thank you very much. See you soon.